We're Dennis and Liz, full-time RVers sharing all we eat and see as we RV across North America. After spending the first 5 months of 2020 in Mexico, exploring and self-isolating, we returned to the USA RVing Texas and Colorado. Last week, we showed you around Denver, after Dennis flew home to renew his license.
New as fresh as a star.
On our way to our next destination, Crested Butte, we experienced some electrical issues. It was nothing Dennis and the hardware store couldn't tackle, but it definitely pushed our travel plans back a bit.
Oh boy. Well, good thing we're at the hardware store and already working on projects because, yeehaw, here's another one.
We decided to detour staying overnight at a free camping spot outside of the Midland Road tunnels in Buena Vista. These tunnels were once part of the Midland Railroad, which used to operate in the 1880s until the early part of the 20th century. It's a really cool experience being able to drive through the tunnels, and there was tons of free camping dispersed throughout. After a great night's sleep, we headed to Crested Butte, opting to take the scenic Cottonwood Pass, one of Colorado's 18 mountain passes that crosses over the Continental Divide. The drive was absolutely gorgeous. There are views in every direction, especially at the peak of the pass, which reaches 12,126 feet in elevation. After a long and beautiful drive, we finally made it to our final destination, just as the sun was setting. We made it to Crested Butte late last night, actually, so we couldn't really take in all of the views, but waking up this morning, this place is spectacular. It's another free camping spot. We found this one actually on iOverlander. It's a little bit
Busy?
Yeah, we're definitely not the only ones to have found this spot, but it's about a 20-minute drive to Crested Butte. We have decent LTE service here, so it's a wonderful place to call home. But today we've pretty much just been working, doing stuff around the RV, and since we do have LTE here, but we don't have unlimited data, we are going to go into town to a brewery.
To upload a video.
This has been our life lately. We're trying to work on fixing it, but for now, this is the solution. But hey, at least there's beer involved.
I'm not complaining.
So we're gonna hop on the scooter and take you into town.
In and out of this FaceTime like all night. Acting like it wasn't your Wi-Fi when it's not mine. You ain't been in my zip code in a long time. And your friend said I was the wrong guy, but you forgot why, so it's alright. I ain't saying that I need you back. If it was right here, baby, then at least I can reach you back. I ain't saying that I need you back.
Made it to the Eldo, which is a local brewery here in Crested Butte, and we're totally not stealing, but using their Wi-Fi. And this unfortunately has been a common practice for us while we don't have unlimited data, which makes us really thankful that we have Surfshark VPN. I mentioned Surfshark back in Mexico as a way for us to kind of trick the system and be able to use our cell phone without being charged for international data and watch things like Netflix and Hulu even though we were in a different country. But when we're on public Wi-Fi, we also use Surfshark VPN to help protect our identity. It encrypts our data through a proxy server, which means that hackers who might be on the same public Wi-Fi service as us can't get all of our sensitive information. It keeps our YouTube channel, all of our business matters, and everything on our computer nice and safe. We are affiliates, so we do have a link and an awesome discount code for you if you're interested in trying out Surfshark. After uploading our video and enjoying some delicious brews from the Eldo, we were hungry. They ended up giving us some tasty mini pizzas, but we needed something more substantial. So we headed over to Tacos Locale where we enjoyed some seriously delicious tacos.
Like it was a drip, they go on your story, but never your grid, so come on.
Hey, it's another beautiful day here in Crested Butte. We've done more of the usual, working and doing things around the RV today, but we are taking a break to go enjoy a hike that is actually rather close to our campground. It's called Meridian Lake Loop. It's also known as Long Lake. It's supposed to be a 2.1 mile round trip hike, so it's a nice easy way for us to kind of get outside, get a little bit of nature.
Yeah, stretch our legs, get out of the RV.
Yep.
Happens every summer.
Had a little bit of a sunscreen mishap.
Explosion.
Sunsplosion. Sunscreen that was in this pocket in the scooter
Didn't have the cap locks.
exploded. It's being pushed on. No, there's just sunscreen all over.
And no more in the bottle to use on ourselves.
With nothing to do. Summer, loving, give me.
Yeah, the trailhead sign actually said it only takes 20 minutes one direction. So yeah, it's a pretty steep, but it's a really short stint.
See you.
Oh wow!
Think I need you.
How beautiful!
Every single summertime.
Oh my god!
I saw her
Well worth
under
it.
moonlight, a flower in her hair, and didn't think she'd notice, but I know she caught my stare. And I can't help but wonder what she's thinking now. Is she standing alone, going home, or just hanging around with nothing to do? Summer, loving, give me something. I'm about to lose my mind.
This is such a peaceful place. There's people with kayaks and paddle boards and floaties. It is very aptly named Long Lake because it's massively long. And it's such a peaceful place to come. I wish we had paddle boards or some fun activity, but even just to come sit and enjoy, have lunch, so peaceful.
Oh, true. We're ready to eat.
Yeah.
Let's eat. Liz is enjoying a homemade tuna salad. If you saw our Salida video,
We opted for a Tupperware this go around instead of a wrap to hopefully avoid potential smashing, mushing.
it's not too cold right on the shore, but I'm pretty sure once you get neck deep in it, it'll be pretty freezing.
Every single summertime. Every time. Every single summertime. Every time. Every time. Every single summertime. Why don't you keep that going now? Every single summertime. No. Every time. Every single summertime.
Tonight's dinner is a miso portobello mushroom burger on Dennis's homemade sourdough with sweet potato fries. It's quite the feast, and we just watched the sunset. We're gonna have a nice dinner outside. Call it a night.
Sweet pea, what are you doing?
That's how you make latte art. Watch out, baristas. Dennis is coming for you.
To views and generators. This is an absolutely epic campground, but it definitely gets busy. So you have to deal with generators running and kids playing and dogs barking and all the things that are typically associated with like a campground.
RV park. And it is Labor Day weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hot.
It is warm. I said it's supposed to be 59, so I put on my joggers. They lie. Is that better?
Ah, that's better.
Yeah, the sun's not blazing in our face anymore.
Well, it's
We still have great views.
still blazing in our face, but
Today we are enjoying our coffee outside, kind of taking a slow morning, and then we're going to head into the town of Crested Butte so we can explore and see a little bit more of this adorable, historic mountain town.
Standing out on glacier lakes. Oh, you knocked me out for days.
Crested Butte, like most other historic towns in Colorado, started off as a mining town, with its heyday in the 1860s and 1870s, thanks to a coal and silver mine nearby. Now home to less than 2,000 people year-round, this popular ski town has become a tourist destination in both summer and winter.
while it may look like the quintessential historic mining town, Crested Butte knows how to party. Having several unique celebrations, including one called Venatock, which is when the town gets together to burn a giant wood effigy called the Grump, supposedly to help release the negative energies from the prior year. They also crown a king and queen each year during their Mardi Gras celebration.
The main strip in Crested Butte, Elk Ave, is filled with brightly colored historic buildings, cute shops, art galleries, restaurants, and even a distillery.
But we made it to opposite ends, we gravitate. You could never feel warm enough to stay. I wanna hear you say that I was everything that you wanted, and I was on the path to being honest. I stopped when we were.
After walking around and enjoying the sights, we stopped in for happy hour at Bones, enjoying margaritas, spiked horchata, and queso.
The bar inside Bones isn't original to the building, but it is definitely old school. Originally mail ordered from the Sears catalog in the late 1800s.
We finished the night off at Montagna Distillers, the local distillery known for their world-class rum. I gave the server the option to choose my drink for me. She chose the Maharaja, which is their house-made rum from the distillery here with chai spice, lime, and house-made ginger syrup. It's beautiful. Look at the cardamom on there. There's cardamom too. Oh my God. I could have a million of these and never be done. What? Cinnamon chai spice, I think. And what? 5 more, please?
I was everything that you wanted, and I was on the path to being honest. I stopped when we were halfway up in Hostel.
This is what you do when you got a 20-minute ride home and it drops at night. You put them over your shorts. I don't even know if I can fit them. Okay, I got them. I came prepared, and I brought an extra jacket, so I won't be cold on the drive home.
Layers. It's
Layers.
all about layers.
Scooter rides are all about layers. In Colorado in the summertime, Colorado anytime.
Right. Today should be super exciting because is we're going to a hike that's a little far away from where we're camping. It's like an hour drive, but we're going to do it on the scooter, so it's going to be an amazing ride. And we have something very special that we want to show you. So we're going to be doing hopefully two things today. We might be seeing one of the largest organisms on the planet, and then we're going to show you a super local hike. So as you can see, we made it to Lake Irwin. This is where most everybody stops because it's a beautiful high mountain lake that has a huge picnic area and a campground. You can launch your SUP, you can do all that kind of water activity stuff, which most people want to do in the summertime in Colorado. I understand. We're not going to do that though. We're going to go a little farther past Lake Irwin, another 2 miles. We read online that is suggested that you have a high clearance 4-wheel drive vehicle to get to this trailhead. We're not going to have that because we ain't got that, and we're going to take the X-Max. We're already, I feel like, pushing the X-Max to the limits of its suspension capabilities, so hopefully we can make it to this trailhead on the X-Max. I don't know. If it gets too rough, we'll have to turn around, obviously, but today is the day that we off-road the X-Max.
That was rough, but we made it. Dennis did a great job.
It was manageable. It wasn't that bad, actually. Like, not
The very end is the worst.
Yeah, right at the peak, just before, like where everyone's parking, there's a turnaround spot that's right at the entrance of some private property, and that's really gnarly. But we still made it.
Whew. Now, I think it's like a 4.2 mile hike with over 1,000-foot elevation gain. So it's definitely a tough hike, but we've heard that this has one of the best views out of any hike you can get in Colorado. Even of 14ers, I've heard this has better views than some of the 14ers. So
yeah, we're supposed to have beautiful views of Lake Irwin, and
we already have beautiful views so far. So
yeah,
I can only imagine it's going to get better the higher we go.
I mean, the views are already amazing.
All right, let's do this hike. Getting a taste for how epic the views are going to be. Beautiful.
Out here just floating around. I got a tendency to move too fast, even when I know I'm walking on glass.
Made it! We're at the top.
It only took us an hour.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No, it's definitely steep, but someone suggested to take the right-hand side. It's a slightly less intense of an incline, but it's definitely still a challenging hike.
Oh yeah.
But the views are worth it.
For sure.
This is beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Literally 360 views of mountains in every direction. Alpine lakes. It's gorgeous. Today's a little hazy though. I don't know if it's the fires that are happening,
It's
but
definitely the fires.
it's not as clear. I feel like if it was a clear day, you'd see
For
nothing
miles.
but
Forever.
mountains for miles.
Yeah. We bought 2 beers from the Eldo, local brews. If you want to know which hike exactly we did, you're going to have to go visit Dave at the Eldo and buy a beer, get on his good side, and maybe
He'll tell you the insiders
maybe
hikes.
he'll tell you where to go and get these views. We're going to crack these beers. We're going to enjoy some lunch up here.
Out here just floating around.
That's the hike and elevation.
That's the hike.
Milkshake IPA, baby.
I can smell it from here. Oh man.
Someone better hold me back now. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. But I just gotta know now. You got it all right. I'd say you got it all right.
Lunch today is curry chickpea wraps with yogurt, raisins, and pistachios. It's the same coconut wraps and filling for the wrap that I made when we were at East Lake. It's a winner. It is a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner. The Joey Bakes a Cake brown from the Eldo is probably the best brown I've ever had.
It's a really good brown.
It's like headed toward a really rich porter or stout status, but it finishes super clean. And man, that's a really good brown.
I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah?
That's hard work. So about making it to the top. We aren't exactly at the ridge yet, or the top of the hike, but we did find a good spot with great views to enjoy lunch and our beers, because we see where the top is now and it would have been open and exposed the whole time. So it was still a good break, but we still have a little bit left to go. I'm a little mentally messed up by it though, because I totally thought the hard part was done, and now we still have to go uphill more.
Headphones on. No sound, just walking along. So many questions running through my mind. Don't even care if I'm wasting my time. Nobody's gonna hold me back now.
We actually did it.
Did it again.
Summit number 2. This is the real summit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Now we're gonna show you around with the drone.
I'm still thinking about you. I'm still thinking about you. You can't stop thinking about you. I'm still thinking about you. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. I think I'm losing my
We made it back to the scooter. It was much faster down than it was up, that's for sure.
Of course.
And there's no cars here. It's just our little scooter. Everyone's left.
Packed earlier. Like all the way
Oh, there's a
up
few
to-
cars over there, but
Okay. Yeah, but
still
not
way less people.
right.
But now we finished one adventure and we're about to head onto our second adventure, Kebler's Pass. Aspen trees are the third largest living organism in the world, and aspen forest in Kepler's Pass is one of the largest in North America. An aspen forest stems from one mother tree, which sprouts clone trees that are genetically identical, all with the same root system. Which means this entire forest stems from just a few mother trees and is all one huge, massive living being. Riding through the forest on our scooter was well worth the detour and a seriously impressive ride. It's a new day in Crested Butte. I don't know that I would say it's another beautiful day today. I feel like we've said that every day we've been here, but the smoke has gotten so intense. I don't know what is pushing the smoke this way, because it was beautiful for the past few days, but it is like hazy as can be.
Yeah, it was hazy on our hike yesterday, but it's like downright smoky today.
There's a storm coming, like a big
Yeah,
storm.
there's a cold front blowing in, which I think is what's pushing all the smoke in. I'm pretty sure this is smoke from the Glenwood fire, which is close by, which is contained but not out. So yeah, it's supposed to get down to...
Here in Crested Butte, it is going to snow for 2 nights. It's going to get into the lows of 20s. But we are going to be heading to a slightly more southern mountain range where it probably will still snow, but I don't think nearly as bad. So we're happy to be leaving, heading on to our next adventure. We hope you enjoyed Crested Butte, getting to explore with us, kind of trying to see a more local side of Crested Butte. And we'll pick you up next week in a new mountain town in Colorado.
Culprit's still here.
I got it off my shirt pretty much.
It'll come out in the wash.
The backpack is another story. like so ridiculous.